Hi guys, I'm Nick. I'm founder of Freeblog. If you're watching this video, either you applied for one of our job posts on Upwork or you saw one of our job posts and you are planning to apply. Either way, I just wanted to shoot a short video to thank you for taking the time to apply for the job or checking it out. I know we as a company target on new freelancers who are joining on the platform and who are struggling to find jobs because personally, myself, I am a freelancer, and that's how Vlog started about 8 years back. I was a new freelancer, just like you, struggling to get clients and trying whatever I could. Did all the mistakes, and it took like 8 years for me. And over the years, we gradually scaled into an agency, and we work with so many freelancers, literally hundreds of freelancers every day on Upwork. And we started this initiative to kind of help new freelancers who are struggling to get clients on Upwork. And that's the reason you are here and you're watching this video. We only select a handful of freelancers for every job post, as any other client on Upwork. I think you're familiar with it. But I wanted to take a moment to give you 3 tips which really helped me to scale up my profile on Upwork to attract quality clients. And the reason being, I see a lot of proposals from freelancers every single day, and I see the kind of mistakes they make and how easy it is to fix those so that you can stand a better chance to get hired by the clients. So here we go. The number one tip is how you write your proposal, right? So let me share my screen here. All right. I guess you can see my screen now. So this is how the client side looks. And for example, let's say this is a job post. Spanish videos needs English subtitles, right? And let's say you are a Spanish linguist and you are planning to apply for this job. And this is how it looks at your end, right? Let it load up. So this is how it looks at your end. And then you go ahead and click apply. That is a tip that I want to tell you. When you look at this, you see that 10 freelancers have applied. The key thing I want you to focus on is that when the client looks at your proposal, he sees your name, your title, what you have earned or you have top rated badge or success score. If you are a new freelancer, the picture, your name matters a lot. But the most important tip is the first 2 lines is what makes a difference between you getting hired or the client choosing someone else. I don't think anyone else has shared that, right, on YouTube or anywhere else. This is something which I noticed as when I became a client from a freelancer. The first 2 lines make all the difference. Even if you have $0 earned, you don't have any experience. If you can make sure that the first 2 lines match exactly what the job post is asking for, like kind of the keywords, Spanish subtitling, it's a long-term opportunity, and your experience. If you can bring that in the first 2 lines, the chances of you getting hired goes up like anything. Because if you're thinking that I have mentioned all those details down in my proposal, I have covered that, let's say in the second paragraph or third paragraph, you think that, okay, I have made a great proposal, the client is going to hire me. But the reality is the client sees so many proposals and he or she doesn't click on every single proposal, right? They just scroll through and read these 2 lines, read these 2 lines. So when you make sure that the first 2 lines on your proposal is customized and has all the keywords that the client is looking for, even if you're a new profile, the chances of you getting hired goes up like anything. That's the number one tip, which no one taught me. And the only way I could learn that was when I became a client myself. So I wanted to share that with you. Tip number 2 is if it is possible for you to find the client's name, try to use that in the job proposal you're writing. So let's say, for example, loads up like this. And so this is when you scroll down, you can see the other projects the client have posted, and try to find out if you can find the client name. So in this case, I am the client, and you can see one freelancer has given a review saying Nikhil is a great client. So you know who is the client. And when you write a proposal addressing the client directly, here, if you say, when you look at it here, everyone says hi there, hi, hello, hello, dear hiring manager, to whom it may concern. Like all this is too generic, right? It doesn't connect with me personally. But if you're someone who says hi Nithilan on the first line, it just stands out because I'm a human. When someone is addressing me personally, I'm like, okay, this guy took the time to find my name. Interesting. Let's see what he or she has got. Do you see the difference? It doesn't take any time, just few seconds, but it makes a lot of difference for the client and for you getting hired. That's tip number two. Tip number three, as a new freelancer, I see a lot of new freelancers applying on Upwork. And the number one mistake they do is they beg for the job. Never ever do that in your proposal. Even if you have a really bad situation and you really need the job, don't mention that in the proposal. You might think that it's going to help you, but from the client's point of view, it just doesn't ring. They're like, okay, you're having a problem. I also have a problem. I'm also human. We all have problems. Why are you showing that in the proposal? Be professional. Show what you can do. Bring your best and stay professional. And the chances of you getting hired, if not in this job, in another job goes high. But if you start getting in personal and say like, I have a really bad situation, I need this job, it helps my family, things like that, the chances of you getting hired really goes down because that's how it is. So that's tip number three. So that's three tips for you. I just wanted to give back to you because I'm sure that not every one of you will get a chance to get hired in this project. We tend to pick the best. That's how it is on Upwork. I'm being straight with you. But I just wanted to give some value back to you as a fellow freelancer myself, who was a new freelancer just like you years back and who has struggled his way up. I know the hustle, and I want to thank you for looking at our job and sending in a proposal or not. It doesn't matter. I really wish you good luck on Upwork. Upwork is a great platform if you know how to apply and how to position yourself as a freelancer. Even as a newbie freelancers, there are clients who are willing to hire you if you use tips that I have mentioned to position yourself better than other freelancers. The possibility of you getting hired literally becomes 10x. So I hope you will use these tips. Thank you.